Hello and hi everyone. In this tutorial, we will discuss about what is repositories and what is the purpose of repositories and how can we implement repositories in C#. What is repositories and why? Repositories introduced in back 2004 in DD developments. It's also called it domain-driven developments. After that, it has become more popular in web development. And repository is nothing but it's an abstract layer between your business layer and your data access layer. So it will more clear if you see the diagram that, as I was saying, that it's a layer between your business layer and data access layer. From your business layer, we can request for data to the repositories, and your repositories will provide the data to your business layer, and repository will request the data for data access layer. So it's an isolation part of your data access related code from the rest of your applications, and code reusability will be increased, and it will simplify your testings. And lastly, the most important thing, that any stage of your applications developments on after application development, then if you want to change your data source somehow, so it will not affect your applications directly, because your applications is depend on repositories, not a data access layer. So the repository will take care of it. You just need to change repository. So I think that is the most important purpose of using repositories in applications development. And secondly, now we will implement repositories in our C# project. So let's go to the Visual Studio. In Visual Studio, I have already created a ASP.NET applications, and also I created department entities for implementing repository. First of all, we will create a repository folder inside our project. Inside repository folder, we have already created department repository class. In department repository class, we inherited iDepartment repository interface. So inside our iDepartment repository interface, it contains few method definitions. Those are implemented in department repository class. Now we are going to gain our department repository class. Inside department repository, first of all, we declare a DB context variables, and we initialize DB context within department repository constructor. After that, we implemented basic repository functionalities one by one by navigating department DB set using our DB context class. Now I will show you how you can implement those methods like get department by ID, and insert departments, or add and delete departments, update departments, and at last and save your department. That's all for configuring our department repositories. Now in our controller, we will use our repository instead of using DB context class directly. For that, first of all, we will create a iDepartment repository variables, and inside our department controller constructor, we will initialize our department repositories. So now we can access our repository methods using department repositories. I have already created a sample for you. So that's the basic implementations of our repository pattern in C#. But still, we have some problems with our repository, because if you have more than 20 or 50 entities, you have to create repository for each and every one. So it's a very painful and boring. Also, you are creating same thing for 20 or 50 times. It's a bad programming practice. So how can we solve this? We can create a generic repositories for that. Now we will show you how you will create generic repositories for all of your entities. For creating generic repositories, we will follow the same procedure as different manner as like we do before for creating previous repository. Now we will create a generic repository folder inside our application, and in this folder we will create a generic interface and a generic repository class. Inside our generic repository interface, we have same method definitions, but now we use generic type D. And inside our generic repository class, we also inherited our repository interface, but now problem is that we cannot access our DB set because we are using generic type. For that, we create a DB context and a DB set type variables. Inside our repository constructor, we initialize our context class and point to the expected DB set type. After that, we implemented our method one by one for generic type as usual, but different is that we use generic type T instead of using any specific type. Now, inside our department controller, first of all, we will create I repository type variable passing department type, and inside our department controller constructor, we initialize generic repository using department type. Inside our get all department method, now we can access our generic repository method by navigating generic department repository. So in this manner, now we are able to create repository for any entities using our generic repository type. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.